Hi you guys, thanks for joining me for another story time. Today I have the Two of Them story by Aliki, illustrated by Aliki too. And this is a very beautiful story. It talks about a grandfather and a granddaughter relationship and what do they do to make it stronger. And of course, down the road you see grandfather is getting older, he cannot take care of himself, and what does the granddaughter do? And yeah, it's just beautiful explanation of the relationship and like beautiful memories. So let's find out in detail what the story is about. You guys ready? Okay. The day she was born, her grandfather made her a ring of silver and a polished stone because he loved her already. Someday it would fit her finger. So here is the granddaughter. She's just born. And here is the grandpa. He is making a ring for granddaughter. So someday when she grows up, it will fit her. It's really nice of him. He made a bed her size and covered her with rosebud blanket to keep her warm and sang her lullabies. She did not yet understand. So, of course, we have our granddaughter baby here. We have grandpa. He made a very cute bed for her and covered her with nice blanket and sang her lullabies. He bought her food from his store to help her grow and caught her before she fell when she took her first steps. We also know from these lines that grandpa also owned a store. Here is our granddaughter. She's growing up. What do you think they are doing here? Yeah. In summer, they swam in the ocean and collected shells together, and her grandfather watched from under the shade of the big umbrella as she made a castle in the sand. So grandpa is right here under the umbrella and she is making castle. That's really nice. That's cute. Let's see what happens next. Sometimes they went to the mountains and walked in the woods, and she floated down the creek on a rubber tire. Guys, see, they're going for a walk in the woods, and there she is on a rubber tire, swimming across. Let's see what's happening here. When her bed was too small, her grandfather made another for her to grow into, and a shelf for the books she would read, and a doll to hold. He sang her songs and told her stories of long ago that had been told to him. Some he made up, and some were about his love for the little girl. There is a granddaughter, there's a grandpa, it's a doll. She helped him in his store after school and loved the smell of the sawdust he sprinkled on the floor when it rained. So see, so she's helping. She's right here helping grandfather in his store. Let's see what's here. Oh, it says cashier. Let's see what she does here. Sometimes she gave out the wrong change, but at lunchtime when they ate their hot soup, he laughed about it because she was just learning to count. They're eating their hot soup. Oh, what is Grandpa doing and what is she doing? Let's see. Then her grandfather gave up his store and grew fruits in his garden instead. They picked apples and plums and tomatoes, and there was more time. He made a cradle for her doll and a flute of bamboo, and they sat under the trees and played music together. And every year she loved him even more than the things he made for her. So this is really beautiful that they're creating memories together, doing things. So now we know that Grandpa no more he doesn't work in his store, but he instead has a garden, right? And they have all kind of plants there, apples, plums, tomatoes, right? And they had more time. Time passed. The ring fit the little girl's finger, and it seemed suddenly that Grandpa was an old man. One night he became ill, and after that a part of him could not move. See Grandpa right here. It's her. The girl wheeled him in his garden and cut apples for him to eat and saw that his cup was full. This is her and Grandpa going for a walk. At night, she tucked him in bed and sang to him and told him stories that he had told her. Some she made up, and some were about hot soup and sand castles and floating in the cool water on a rubber tire, and of her love for him. She said, "Good night, Papavli," and he had answered with a kiss. So she called him Papavli, guys. So look at that. She knew one day he would die. When he did, she was not ready, and she hurt inside and out. It was spring, and she cut blossoms from his tree and gave them to him and said, "Good night forever, Papavli." But he did not answer. So remember, every time she does something, he kind of gives a kiss or says something. But this time, when she gave blossoms, he did not answer. The blossoms became apples which hung unpicked on the tree. She picked them knowing he would not want them to fall and rot. She thought of the tree, once bare, then the blossom, and now bearing fruit for her to pick. Then the tree would change with the seasons and again. She would be there to watch it grow, to pick the fruit, and to remember. Remember, these trees were planted by her grandfather, Papavli, and now from the previous page we know that the grandpa is no more. He passed away. So she misses him. And just like the tree, she understands that death is a cycle of life, it comes. Just like the trees, they flower and they give fruit and they, fall down. But then next year, next season, it comes again. So yeah, that's the end of story. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. You take care. Bye bye.